Anas, maybe you could tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do and and who you are in Monster and what is Monster trying to do?
Sure. I'm Anas Abdul Aziz, Chief Content Officer of Monsta. I'm also the showrunner for Mechamato series, which means I handle the story direction, the animation production, and also the post-production processes as well. Aside from writing scripts myself, I also voice a few characters. I think to date I have about 13 characters, both in Bobo Boy and some in Mechamato, which I cannot tell yet. We'll have to see.
Nice. Well done. Leslie, what about you? You have a very colorful background in terms of where you are today. Tell us a bit about you and what you're doing.
Yeah, so thanks again for having me. I'm Leslie Lee. I'm based out of Singapore. I work for Cartoon Network, which is one of my favorite brands in the world. What I do is basically in charge of all the kids' content for our platform. So ranging from Cartoon Network to Boomerang and Pogo in India. And I'm responsible basically for the acquisitions, original productions, as well as curation of all the content, be it from the US or from this part of the world, across all our platforms, including HBO Go.
Wow.
Where a lot of our content is sitting.
Very nice. We're very lucky to have you here. Thank you very much. Anas, let's dive straight in, right? Can you tell us, Anas, what is this Mechamato? What is it all about?
Mechamato is about a young boy named Amato who meets with the destroy robot named MechaBot, who has the ability to mechanize objects into high-tech devices. So it all starts when a prison spaceship from outer space crash lands on the town of Kota Hilir, which is where Amato is staying, and releases bad robots that were imprisoned within. So one of these bad robots is actually MechaBot, who has this unique ability called mechanize. So what it means that he can change any objects into high-tech devices. He mechanizes a broom, it becomes a laser blaster, so to speak. So now Amato has managed to outsmart MechaBot and become master to MechaBot. So MechaBot has to listen to whatever Amato is saying. So from now on, Amato and MechaBot are working together to find and capture other bad robots that are hiding in Kota Hilir and effectively becoming the superhero Mechamato. So the story will have lots of crazy, creative mechanizations, cool robot fights, and also funny character interactions between Amato and MechaBot, because one is a very kind boy, one is a robot that loves to do aggressive stuff.
Well, sounds like my wife and we have a family here.
I sure hope so.
Thanks. Leslie, so how did you find out about Monster and Makamato? I mean, you're like a matchmaker looking for talent all the time. So how did you find out about Monster and Makamato?
Oh my God, that goes back a long way.
Way back.
When I had more hair and Anas was fresh out of school and now he's a daddy and all that. So yeah, we've gone a long way back. I think what I really liked about Anas and Nizam and the gang at Monster is really the fact that they are storytellers at heart, but also fans at heart. And one of those is very important, right? You have to be a fan of what you're doing and you have to have passion in what you're doing. And these guys have a lot of passion. And I really like the fact that their visual storytelling, their sense of direction, as well as the sense of creative and character development and design is really strong. And it's not necessarily Asian, but not necessarily Malaysian, and neither is it international. It's a whole hybrid of everything the best of Asia plus a lot of what makes international animation really powerful and strong and resonates around the world. So I think Monster has a lot of that in spades, and that is why I've kept track of their work.
Wow.
And their lives, like for the last, I think, almost 20 years, right, Anas?
I think, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
a long time already.
That's a long time keeping an eye on a girl you're trying to date her. So is that that magic that made you acquire Mechamato? What were the other reasons?
I think Mechamato, like I mentioned, right, and what Anas has very well described very well is the fact that it's a story of empowerment of a boy. Every boy aspires to have a robot. And what we wanted to do with Mechamato is to introduce it to not just kids in Southeast Asia, because I think with Southeast Asia, a lot of kids are already very familiar with Monster and their previous works with Bobo Boy and all that. What we wanted to do was not just to restrict ourselves to introducing Mechamato to Southeast Asia, but also expose it to our fans and our viewers in Australia, New Zealand, Korea, Japan, and all that. And that was one of my things when I was coming into Warner Media, and that is to sort of introduce Southeast Asian content to a much broader audience. And what I liked about Mechamato is, again, it's got a very firm foundation in Asian storytelling, but at the same time, it's a very international design that sort of cuts across, every single region. And that's one of the chief reasons. And also because it's really funny. The show in itself, when I was pitched that by Anas and Nizam, it was a really, really good premise. And that was what sold it to me. And I was really, really happy when they agreed to partner with Cartoon Network to get this show to our fans around the region.
Thanks for your support, Leslie.
Always.
Thanks, Leslie. And you speak with so much of passion, Leslie. So it's so genuine. It's so much of passion. I want to go to Anas now. Anas, getting Mechamato into Cartoon Network is not an easy task. You got in there. But you just said that's 20 years of relationship. What were the challenges that you and your team faced in producing Mechamato? And maybe even especially during the pandemic situation. Can you elaborate? So we want to inspire more people to be like Mechamato and you.
Sure. I mean, everyone knows that Mechamato has been in development for a long time, but the series specifically started production early in 2020, I think. Well, it started in 2019, but the animation production really kicked off in 2020. And as everyone knows, that's when the COVID-19 pandemic happened. So obviously, we had to go into lockdown. The whole company everyone had to work at home. So that was a big challenge for us. A lot of departments had to work remotely from home to access the computers and the servers at the office. So we had a IT team to be standby, making sure that the servers didn't break down, the internet was okay. Some teams had to bring back their audio equipment to record at home, to do some mixing. We had some local voice actors. We had to send the recording microphones to the local voice actors so that they can record at home. But one of the main things is to actually make sure that the communication between all departments was running smoothly, because you need to make sure that everyone was on the same page and everyone actually had the same energy to produce the animation production at the same time. So that was even evident when we're working with third parties, like where we're working with the international dubbing company in Miami for the English version of the show. We had to reanimate everything for the English version. So this was tricky because different time zone. And initially we thought we could fly there to US to oversee the animation, the acting, but because we can't fly anywhere, we had to stay at home. So we had to communicate through email. So of course there's going to be a lot of communication problems. So what we did was we had to record ourselves pitching the story, pitching about the characters line by line, telling what this is about, record those videos. It's sort of like a seminar, and then send it over to them so that they can view it between the teams and also with the voice actors. So we managed to successfully navigate through those challenges, and here we are. I think we're going to be releasing Mechamato on Cartoon Network very soon.
Anas, that is brilliant. It is very inspiring. Honestly, it is. And especially at a time when you think you're going to be there, and then the pandemic hits, and Murphy's Law works, right? But what's coming out very strong, Anas, is your team at Monsta is a close-knit team. It's got a culture that is open. It's got a culture of innovation. It's got a culture of working together. It's a culture of let's build together, despite whatever comes and hits us. So well done to the team as well.
Thank you.
Coming back to Leslie. Leslie, why should audiences be excited about Mechamato? What's there that you think is going to make everybody glued to the TV?
I think one thing would be the fact that every episode is a surprise. There's always something that you will be very, very surprised by in every episode. And I think I've seen the first maybe 3 episodes. And it's been, every episode is different in terms of its tone, in terms of its humor, but every episode is really, really eye-popping. Beautiful animation. I gotta say, Anas, that you guys really, really did a fantastic job much better than the other show that he did. And yeah, I'm really surprised by how well everything came together. And I think the animation is definitely something that you will be really surprised by. And I think for kids of a certain age, I think it's got a very sweet spot of kids between 6 to 9. They'll really enjoy the fact that this show is about a boy and his best friend or nemesis or whatever, who's also a robot. And I think that kind of chemistry between the two characters is really fun. And it's really something that I think kids all over the world can relate. So whether you're a kid in Japan or a kid in Australia, you're going to be able to relate to that. And I think that's something that we are really looking forward to seeing the reactions.
Very nice. Good. Coming to Anas.
Yes.
Can you tell us when Mechamato is going to be released on Cartoon Network and which countries are included?
Okay.
Jang.
I'm happy to announce. So we'll be announcing this by showing a poster of the latest poster of Mechamato. And here it is. This is the latest poster for Mechamato. And our release dates for Mechamato will be a sneak peek on the 6th of November for Southeast Asia, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Australia, and New Zealand, with the 6th December premiere at the same territories, 11th December for South Korea, and March 2022 for Japan. So we're very excited for this. It's the first time that we'll be releasing in the whole region of Asia Pacific. That includes Australia, New Zealand, and also Japan and South Korea. So very excited to have, hopefully to get new fans with Monsta.
And what kind of message did you plan to send in Mechamato?
Well, okay. For Mechamato, we envision to have a brand that empowers children to have imagination, to have more creativity, and wait, it's MechaBot.
Dude, have you not heard of the saying "Show Don't Tell"? Huh?
Hey, MechaBot, what are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm taking over the show!
Hey guys, sorry about this. Hi, I'm Amato.
And I'm MechaBot! I thought instead of telling you guys what Mechamato is all about, it would be better if we showed you!
You know what? I think you're right. Okay guys, check this out!
Dangerous robots from outer space have been set loose on planet Earth. Among them is MechaBot, with the power of Mechanize. With his new master Amato, they need to work together to find and capture other dangerous robots. Working together, they are...
Armor Hero Mechamato! Imagine it, Mechanize, build it, Mechanize, make it real, Mechanize, Mechamato. Feel the fire in your soul, gotta set the pace and take control. With the power to mechanize, our ideas can materialize. Sky is the limit, together we'll reach it. Armored Hero Mechamato. When your heart's free, then you will see dreams can become reality. Whoa, nothing can stop us when we're together. We'll never give up, we'll fight forever. Come on, let's go. Armor Hero Mechamato. Imagine it, Mechanize, build it, Mechanize, make it real, Mechanize, imagine it, Mechanize, build it, Mechanize. Armor Hero Mechamato.
Oh, wow. And there you have it, everyone. That was the world premiere of the Mechamato opening theme song video. That was a brilliant one, Anas and Leslie. I'm really excited for the series when it launches. It was really good. Fantastic.
Thank you for your support.
No, amazing. All right, now let's move on to our next segment, the question and answer. Okay, everyone, we'll be taking questions from our live audience. To help us with this, we have the good-looking Ismail once again, who will read out the questions, and our speakers will answer them. Over to you, Ismail.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gopi. Back at you after this. But before that, I've seen the questionnaire where there's a person that says that love for Monster from Bangladesh. Wow, Bangladesh.
Nice.
And,
all the way from Bangladesh.
Basically, a question for Leslie. It says, does Monster have any plan for release for Mechamato in the North American region?
Is that for me or for Anas?
It's for you, Leslie.
I think, I'm sure there is an audience that we can look at, but I believe that Anas and his team have got bigger plans, right? Anas, you want to talk a little bit about the distribution, or?
Anas?
Sorry, my internet's a bit dropping at the moment. Can you ask it again?
The distribution for Mechamato after this.
Well, well, we have a lot of interests from other regions around the world, and I think we have some interests from other counterparts in CN, hopefully. But we're definitely hoping to release it to other regions as well as much as we can. So hopefully, with the success at Asia Pacific with Cartoon Network, we will get more interest from other regions.
All right. Okay, I'm going through the questionnaire, but apparently there's not much questions, but everything says congratulations. So I guess congratulations is much in order for Mechamato, especially for you guys, Leslie and Anas. The thing that was mentioned earlier that there was also complications in the production, especially during COVID-19. Did the production cost escalate because of such a situation, the pandemic?
No, thankfully the cost has been quite manageable. I think because our production, of course, there's a few hiccups in production, but I think we managed to go through all those challenges, and I think everything is within the same budget and cost. Or else, we wouldn't be here talking with Leslie at the same time.
Okay, so Leslie, the next question is for you. Malaysia has been slowly getting footprint for its local content to go global. Is there a formula for the Southeast Asia animation to go beyond its borders and to get similar success like Mechamato right now?
Yeah, I think there is. I've been a big fan of Malaysian animation since, many years ago when I stepped foot at Disney Channel, and I saw quite a lot of shows from Malaysia, and we've slowly in my job at Cartoon Network, we're slowly sort of expanding that footprint beyond just Southeast Asia. So for the first time ever, Mechamato is going to be being shown in places like Korea, Japan, Australia, New Zealand. These are some of the territories that have never ever had much exposure to Malaysian animation. So I'm really looking forward to the kind of response that we get, and hopefully it'll be something that is the start of something a lot more.
All right. The next question I have is for Anas. Anas, the person says here, will Mechamato be also made into comics? I think merchandising is coming up, I guess, after this.
Well, you always know Monsta produces our own consumer products like comics and trading cards. I am unable to confirm or deny that for now, but please wait for future announcements, because of course our Monsta consumer products team are always planning something. So you'll find out something in the future.
Yeah, and then for the next question that I have here is, I noticed there are also some elements of culture too in Mechamato, like Malacca city landscape, for example. Could you explain a little bit about that?
Well, because we firmly believe in whenever we produce something, there should be a certain identity to it. We don't want to be trying to be someone else. So we always look at what is what our roots are as Malaysian production. So we try to instill the town of Kota Hile to have some references, some influences from the town of Malacca, and you will see a lot more influences in the culture from Malaysia across also like certain characters characters, some of the food and stuff like that. But something to make the whole look of the show more rich and diverse. Yeah, as simple as you can see that the characters in the show, we have a diverse, multiracial group of characters, the group of friends. So we want to portray that kind of image and identity to the international market, to see that this is the image that we have at Monsta.
All right. Okay, Leslie, you know that we've traveled all over the world, going to markets and looking at so many content. Okay, here the question is, what key unique features that make distribution for Mechamato easier, basically, and bearable as compared to the rest?
Yeah, ultimately it's the story, right? So if the story in itself is universal, it can sort of like be the shortcut to it traveling beyond the shores of the native production house. So I think with Mechamato, it is that kind of sweet spot where you have a story that is so universal, the humor is very universal, and it's very easily understandable. And also the action, I think the action that is within each episode is really, really good, very well choreographed. And I think kids in itself will sort of identify with everything that's going on, whether it's the friendship between the characters or the situations that they get themselves in. So I think that in a nutshell is what sort of makes the show stand out.
All right. Okay, before I hand it over to Mr. Gopi, I would just like to mention that in the box that I have here, it says, wow, you have a lot of fans, Mechamato. Based on what you showed just now, Bangladesh, Philippines is coming up again. I'm seeing no questions. Everybody's asking merchandising, posters. Bangladesh is asking, when are you putting Bangladesh for the screening dates? And there you go. All this information is out there for you already. So congratulations on the way for you guys. Leslie, Anas, congratulations. And now that's the last question I had for this session. And Mr. Gopi, back to you.
Thank you very much, Ismail. And wow, nice. Anas and Team Monsta, thanks for putting Malaysia on the map even before you launch it. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you everyone for support.
Yeah, it's amazing. Good. You can feel the vibes coming through from all over, right? So all the best to you. But looks like that's all the time we have for today. I'd like to thank both of you, Leslie and Anas, for spending time with us to introduce Mechamato, to talk about the background, the difficulty, the challenges that you went through, and Leslie and why he chose Mechamato and the strength he sees from what you have produced. But anything before we say a final goodbye, anything you'd like to say to the audience before you go? Leslie, shall we start with you?
Yep. Watch Mechamato on Cartoon Network when it premieres. And Anas, you can send me all the consumer products when it's available. I can't wait for the comic books.
Thanks, Leslie. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Yeah.
Anas, you want to say something to the audience? You got a lot of fans there here now, all over, coming in.
Thank you so much for supporting Monsta. We really appreciate the fans' support, and hopefully we get a lot more new fans from other regions. And don't forget to watch Mechamato when it premieres on Cartoon Network Asia Pacific on 6th December 2021, and also a sneak peek episode on the 6th November 2021. Right?
Thank you both, and I wish you guys all the best on Mechamato's release this December. I really wish you from bottom of my heart. Lastly, thanks to everyone who tuned in to watch the stream. Stay tuned for more exciting sessions at Creative Conference 2021. Take care. Stay safe.
Bye.